So my life really is pretty good, and I'm pretty fortunate. My mood is, since I'm schizoaffective, and which is schizophrenic and bipolar, my mood, because of my medication, tends to be rather flat. Which is why I was just speaking to you in something of a monotone. As I said, I play in a band and I can get somewhat excited during songs, but generally my mood now is much flatter than it ever was before schizophrenia and during schizophrenia, when I would get quite excited. I was depressed as a teenager, but cried a lot and so forth, mostly over lost love and so forth. But and mismanaged behavior of mine I also couldn't forgive myself for. But I've been through a 12-step program, which I'm still in, and that has helped considerably. Since I'm dual diagnosis, therefore, I heartily recommend that to any of you who have had trouble with drugs and mental illness contemporaneously. I strongly recommend that. I write. I used to write Joni Mitchell lots of letters, songs, poetry, short story, prose, etymology. I'm a big fan of etymology. I used to run my life according to one verse of the Bible every day when I was totally out of my mind and living according to the sayings of Dr. Seuss in the Bible. There was a time when I walked naked around the block. There was a time when I talked to the milk cartons in the Safeway store or the local grocery store and accused them of perpetrating a scam on the American people whereby they left little tiny, plastic chunks that were actually microchips in all of us to program us according to the government's wishes. So I know what paranoia is like, and to search the neighborhood for secret antennae and broadcasting towers and so forth, to explain to myself where the voices are coming from, that sort of thing. I have spoken to the sun and had the sun speak back to me. I have called stars down from the heaven. I have felt what it's like to walk like Buddha on the earth and to move the earth. I have cracked the earth at a great distance. I have foretold great events. I have foretold that New Zealand would move 6 feet to the north before the great tsunami hit in the Indian Ocean. And I called up my daughter and asked her if she was in New Zealand, and I asked her to stay out of the hot baths because I thought they would get suddenly very hot, and she can testify to that. So actually, schizophrenia has brought me a bit of prestidigitation, a bit of pre-knowledge as well, precognition as well. and Buddhahood. Um, I used to sing my ladder song, which was an experience of having I'm forgetting the word for it now. The chi energy move up my spine, and the kundalini energy move up my spine and explode in my brain as I walked around the block. I'm a big fan of walking around the block and getting my exercise that way. I'm practically an addict about it. Going at least once per day, except when it's cold as it is now. It's now January 15th or so, 2013. Maybe the 16th. It's sort of irrelevant to me. I am in the process of creating many websites. It's a new way of possibly bringing in income for me. I enjoy the work. It's non-stressful. All stress brings on the voices, so that is to be avoided. Watching too much 49ers football is also stressful, but I enjoy the outcome lately. They're doing pretty well. We'll see. We'll see how they do. As I said, it's around January 16th. They play this weekend. And only a couple more games until the Super Bowl. So, go Niners. We have a dog, Genghis. I love him dearly. He sleeps with me at times. Up on my bed, he keeps it warm, and other times he gets kicked off. I'm kind of temperamental and just plain cantankerous sometimes. That way I like my privacy. I don't have a mate at present. I have a good friend, Cathy, who came across the United States to live here. She's in the band, and we lived together for 8 years, and she's now with Tom, living down in Oakland. They've been together the last 7 or 8 years now, since she moved out. And she's doing very well with him, and I'm happy they're happy. She really needed to find someone more normal like herself, as I was quite the handful, but she has been very generous and very helpful to me, and a beautiful and perfect friend. And I have bestowed paintings upon her in an effort to repay her with what talents I have. And we have a lot of fun playing music together. She has a place up in Mendocino, or Sonoma actually, where we go to play in the forest. It's a very nice cabin that she's made from an old home that some hippies were living in, growing pot. But I don't know many people who haven't grown a little pot. The people I know, I don't smoke pot anymore. I don't do LSD anymore. I don't snort cocaine anymore. I don't drink anymore. All I do is smoke stupid cigarettes, and that has to stop.